Hey, it's This Moment in Music with Hal Walker. It's a laid-back musical exploration of the creative process. For real, I'm running just a couple minutes late, but I'll be there in a second. Thanks so much for being here. I've got Todd Burge on the show. Man, we had so much fun hanging out last night on Skype. I'm looking forward to hanging out some more and playing some music. We're going to do a duet today. All right, everyone, stick around. It's going to be a great show. See you in a minute. Bye-bye. This Moment in Music with Hal Walker. Hey, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. So I gotta just start off with my TikTok update. My life in TikTok moves so quickly. It just, I need to keep letting you know what's going on. So this morning I posted, well, here's what I'm dealing with. I'm releasing an album, or a single on Saturday called Can Rock. And in the single, I am playing this amazing instrument, the melodious can. And I'm playing something like this. You've probably heard it before. But this challenge I'm having is, at some point they ask, what genre is your music? And I'm having a hard time knowing which box to check off. There's about 50 different choices, and none of them quite fit what I'm looking for. So here's just this morning I posted this video on TikTok. Hey TikTok, I need your help with something. I've been uploading my music to these distributors, and they keep asking me what genre my music fits into. Would you look at this list? You know my music. What should I say? So that was it. That was the whole thing I posted. Now listen, let me just tell you how TikTok works for me these days. So I posted that video, let's see. I posted that video 1 hour ago. And it now has, let's see, hold on just a sec. It now has, oh, come on, where am I? Right here. It now has 4,000 views, and 82 people have given me their opinion on what they think I should make. They say world folk, obviously dubstep, world. In my opinion, it's classic lo-fi, something I would listen to while studying. World folk, a mix between world and alternative, in my opinion. You need your own genre, one person says. Outside of these words, it's can music, really, but it would be world music based off Eurocentric standards. Folk, if you want it to be chi. The K in K-pop is short for can. I would say world. Folk, maybe? Your music reminds me a lot of Deep Forest, so I would say world. World? I would say it's alternative folk. World might also be a good blanket genre. So real people would know it's hip hop jazz. So anyway, it's amazing how TikTok is working in my life these days. I post I take about 20 seconds to post a question, and all these really wonderful people respond with their input. So thanks TikTok, I appreciate it. I'm releasing this album it's a single. It should be an album, but it's really a single. I'm releasing it on Saturday. And it's called Can Rock. And I'm really excited to find out if my 68,000 followers on TikTok will come over to Spotify and watch. That's very exciting. So if you're here watching, leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. I love it when comments come in. Even just a hi is enough. So Todd Burge and I were hanging out last night, and I realized this morning that this Sunday is Father's Day, and this Saturday is actually the anniversary of my dad's death, which was June the 20th, 3 years ago. And at the time, I wrote a very wonderful song, a song that it just was so good to write, and I actually sang it to him, I think the day before his death. It was still in process. It wasn't finished yet, but I sang it to him. I don't know that he actually was able to hear it with his ears, but I'm sure he heard it somehow, and I'm going to sing that in a minute. But let me just introduce you to my dad for a sec. Let's see. Here's a picture of my dad and I playing at the Civic Theater. There we were. He used to come up on stage with me, and we'd always sing "If I Had a Hammer." Those were just great times. He was an awesome singer. And here's my dad and I on our scooter. He was toward the end of his life there, looking very frail, but we took a little ride on the scooter, and I was in front and he was behind with a helmet on. And here's a little video of my dad singing in his hospice bed with the hospice chaplain that was there. Here, hold on just a sec. Here he is.
At the river I stand, guide my feet, hold my hand, take my land, precious Lord, lead me on.
There he was, old Hal Walker. So I'm going to be bringing on Todd Burge in just a second, but I just want to thank everyone for coming. Thanks for sticking around for this show, This Moment in Music. And I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to this so you're notified when we're going on next. This show happens every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the funnest thing about this show has been hanging out with the musicians. I have been having such a great time with the day before we get together for a tech check, and it's been so fun hanging out with actual musicians. I normally am not really I'm just not a particularly social guy, but given this particular these circumstances, I've been really having fun hanging out with other musicians on this show. So I'm going to play one little quick piece for you Hey, Evan Dawkins. Yes. Thanks so much, Evan. I'm so glad you're here, and thanks for loving my music. Hey, Evan, how'd you find out about me? Was it on TikTok, or I'm very interested to know. And I'm going to play this quick intro to Todd Burge's music. Here it is. Todd Burge. Here he is. Todd Burge, everybody. The fastest ukulele player in the whole world. Oh, wait, Todd, unfortunately, I got to make a quick change here. I had you on mute. So now, are you on there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, and I can hear you. Hey, what is that? Awesome.
That's Wire Man. That's Wire Man.
Is that something you made?
Nick Berry made this for. No, my friend Nick Berry made this thing. I love it. It was a gift to my wife. She's a culinary expert, and a spoon in one hand and a guitar cable in the other.
Nice.
He had some old wires. He moved into this farm outside of town here, and they had all this stuff in it, and he made art out of it, and some of it was quite wire art and just different gizmos that were left behind in the farm. He turned it into art.
That's cool.
Hi, Hal.
Hey, Todd. Welcome. Glad to have you here, man. Thanks for sharing your art. I like your whatever's behind you too, the TB.
Yeah, that's my cape. That's my I was on Mountain Stage. It's It's a show. It's been on NPR for 35 years
Uh-huh.
now. Mountain Stage out of Charleston, West Virginia. I've been on there a few times, but after you're on there 10 times, they give you a jacket. And it was my 11th time, and I was making a joke out of how I didn't have my Mountain Stage jacket, and I demanded a cape, a Mountain Stage cape, on the air, and
Nice.
they actually made one.
They made that is beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Looks good back there.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
interested in you as a creative person. Uh, Maybe we should jump into a song pretty soon, but here's my question that I'm just going to come up with off the top of my head. I honestly had not given it any thought. I was too busy thinking about TikTok this morning. Let's see, Todd. What? Here's a question I like to ask. What does your creative what does the what does the creative person in you look like? Like, what is it? Where does it most come forth? The question is not coming out right, but can you interpret that somehow?
I think I don't know what you're saying, but I can answer it. Uh, uh, I uh, I think that it's a mystery to me. It's a total mystery to me where the muse comes from, and I know there are certain things I can do to put me in that put me align me with it. Whatever it is. One is just creating every day. Whether I devoted myself to writing a song every day,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's bad or good, just doing
Yes,
something every day. And
I've heard that.
every once in a while, something will pop up that surprises me, and and I don't know what it looks like or anything. And I find it it's a beautiful place to hide, and it's a beautiful place to put yourself out there in the open. So it kind of takes care of all business, good or bad, for me.
Nice. Hey Todd, Sunflower Power Hour was joining us. She's just said hello. Hey Todd and Hal, sounds good. She's tuning in during her lunch break. So
Right on.
Sunflower Power Hour, thank you so much. Well,
Hello.
I could you share one of the songs that came out of that creative process that you're referring to?
I will do that, and it's this is kind of a Father's Day thing for me. It's goes like this. My name is Joseph, and my friends all call me Joe. But you believers, you may know me as the daddy of your Lord, but not the father of his flesh or the father of his soul. 'Cause when it comes to those, our Holy Father claims them as his own. I've had a humble life since the day Jacob begat me, and forever I've been told that Abraham begat our family tree. And it grew out many branches, 14 generations times 3. Then it was up to me to start another branch. I'm sure you see. So I hooked up with Mary, and we wed right away. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. So what's a man to do as he has a wife with child, and he knows all that I knew and all I know that you all know? know now too, so we decided to run away instead of hang our heads in shame. But an angel said to stay and rejoice in this newborn King and embrace his name. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. So now, when I pray to God, I pray to my baby son, I say, please, baby Jesus, give me strength to believe what that angel told me in my sleep, and I'll do the very best I can. But I'm just a mortal man, you see, and at times I wake up late, haunted by this doubt I keep about your dear mother, for she's mortal too. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. I never laid a hand on her, I swear. I never laid a hand on her, I swear.
Wow, Todd Burge. Wow. A lot of that went over my head. I wasn't exactly sure what was going on, but that was quite wild.
I can tell you.
Tell us the brief.
was-
Tell us the brief sort of summary of that song.
It's
So-
very, very briefly. My wife had the idea. Some friends of mine got together once a year, and we'd go to Pomeroy, Ohio, and we'd do this Twisted Christmas celebration. Some songwriter friends, and so that was just like the third year in. I what am I going to write about? And my wife said, what about a song about Joseph? And she had some really much darker ideas. And I imagined Joseph, his, Mary coming home and saying, "I'm with child without your assistance,"
Right.
and how insecure he must have felt.
Right.
And
Wow.
I think any father can maybe relate to that.
Right. What the hell's going on?
And that's where it came from. It's it's about Joseph's insecurity. So and some people take it. I've been asked to come into churches and sing.
I swear.
Yeah, and the falsetto kind of presented that frailty. But I've been asked to sing that in church, and then I've had people think it's not it's blasphemy. So it's like
right.
it depends on how people listen to it, and it's kind of like a beautiful thing that music can do in songs. People take it. It's whatever you think it is.
Well, I'd like to take this time to sing this song that I wrote for my dad. And my dad was a gardener, and one of my favorite pictures of him is him standing in the garden with his hand way up held high, point with all this kind of pride for the sunflower that he had grown. So this is called Sunflower Sky, and it sounds like this. You stood in the garden and raised your hands high. You were oh so proud in the sunflower sky. The lowly world held you in the palm of its hand, and you bowed to the beauty in the universe. You dug in the compost in search of the soil. In so many ways you gifted the world. There's beauty in your walking in the way that you spoke, and I am who I am now because of you. And now you're leaving to where you're going, and everybody's gathered round to say goodbye. The way you held me when I was crying, the way you said I'm here for you, son, that's the reason why I love you so bad. Yeah, you're my home dad, and now I'm singing in a song, I'm gonna miss you. You rode on your bicycle all through the town. You were oh so strong, humble and proud. From Alabama to Chicago to the Cuyahoga, you were always a man of community. You loved up your Janet and tended the fire. As Harold Walker Jr., you could never retire. There was Julie and Johanna and KK and Hal. You bloomed such a beautiful family. Now you're leaving to where you're going, and everybody's gathered round to say goodbye. The way you held me when I was crying, the way you said I'm here for you, son, that's the reason why I love you so bad. Yeah, you're my home dad, and now I'm singing in a song, I'm gonna miss you. Now I stand in the garden and raise my hands high. I can feel your presence in the sunflower sky. The holy world holds me in the palm of its hand, and I bow to the beauty in the universe. And now you're leaving to where you're going, and everybody's gathered around to say goodbye. The way you held me when I was crying, the way you said I'm here for you, son, that's the reason why I love you so bad. Yeah, you're my home dad, and now I'm singing in a song, I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Sunflower Sky. Thanks, everybody.
Beautiful song, Hal.
Thanks, Todd.
I love you so bad. You're my home dad. That's just that's the sweetest thing. What a great document, and what a great gift for your family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
and
had
everybody.
He was cremated, and then we had a ceremony a couple of years later when we finally had the whole family together at the cemetery where we put his ashes in the ground, and I sang that song, and it really was a gift. It just appeared out of nowhere. There was that song I had to offer the family. So
that's great. Just
hey,
great.
Todd, one of my dad's legacy favorite things was just songs that brought people together and envisioned a new world. And I think one of his favorites was "We Shall Overcome." So maybe
I saw that. I saw that video of you two. I watched it before. You two singing Pete Seeger. What was the song? The other song.
If I Had a Hammer. If I had a hammer.
I saw that's great, and Pete Seeger. Every time he opened his mouth, love fell out, and it's I'm glad this is a great way to tie it up, isn't it? So "We Shall Overcome." You want to do it now?
Yeah, let's do it now. We'll have a couple extra minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you were sort of breaking up there for a minute, but I think I'm hearing your audio, but your video.
Am I back?
You're back, yeah.
Okay.
So everyone, we're going to do a duet. Just so you know, this is a technological miracle that Todd is playing music in West Virginia, I believe, right?
Yeah, I'm in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
West Virginia, and I'm in Ohio, and we are about to harmonize on "We Shall Overcome." So everyone, thanks for being here. Relax, enjoy the music.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
We shall live in peace.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
We shall gather round.
We shall gather round. We shall gather round. We shall gather round someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome.
Around someday. Take it out.
All right. Harmonica.
We shall overcome.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. Yes. Hey, Todd, thank you.
Thank you,
great.
Hal.
Well, Todd, we are out of time. We have run out of time officially. I wish we could spend more time finding out more about the creative process and everything, all your thoughts. But we are out of time. So I'm gonna, in saying goodbye, Todd, I'm gonna wish you well and thanks for being on the show.
Well, you too. Thanks for having me. Really, I really enjoyed this.
And I'm going to introduce my guest for Wednesday is Katie, I can't think of her last name, but she's a trumpet player. I found her on TikTok, and listen to this. Katie, yes. She is,
Awesome.
you know, I know. I can tell when someone's really got something in them, and she's got it. So, Evan, hey, Evan, thanks so much for hanging around. Evan made this nice comment. You should release a splice pack with some of your world instruments, including the can. I bet you people will sample it and make a hit out of it. Evan, I think you're right. I think you are right. I'm working on that little by little. And U.S. Grant came a little late, but maybe U.S. Grant, you can watch the show later. I had Todd Burge as my special guest today. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Keep spreading the word about this show. You know, we got something good going here. A half hour of just hanging out, being mellow, being laid back, and just seeing what happens. So I'm going to finish with the song that I finish with every episode. Feel free to sing along. U.S. Grant, I want you singing on this. You should know it by now. Oh, by the way, Sunflower Power Hour, we got to get you on this show, all right? Let's work that out. Let's make a date. Because you've got a light inside you. Go on your way in peace. That's you, Evan. That's you, U.S. Grant. Shine that light inside you. Go on your way in peace. The world is waiting in the hope of another day. She will carry you safely through the stumbles and the falls on your way. Just remember that I'm loving you. It's true. And you're loving me. I hope so. So just go on your way. When you go on your way, won't you go on your way in peace? Yes, as you go, won't you go on your way now in peace? Hey, everyone, thank you so much. I'll see you on Wednesday. All right, have a great day. Bye-bye.